He wakes up before the world does. No alarm, no noise, just silence, and a view that costs more than most people will earn in a lifetime. The curtains glide open automatically, revealing a skyline wrapped in gold morning light. Below, the city hums faintly, a reminder that money never sleeps, even when he does. For most, $1 million is a dream. For him, it's a day's rhythm. Today, like every day, he'll spend it. Not carelessly, not impulsively, but intentionally, in the quiet language only the wealthy understand. Because for the rich, money isn't just currency. It's art. It's control. It's freedom made visible. This is how the rich spend $1 million in a single day. Chapter 1. The Morning Ritual, $75,000 before breakfast. It begins in a penthouse that sits above the clouds, a modern temple of glass, marble, and light. Every surface is perfect, every detail calculated. A minimal space designed by one of Europe's most discreet architects. The design? Understated. The cost? $28 million. His morning assistant, not human, but AI, adjusts the lighting to mimic sunrise in Tuscany. The temperature shifts to a precise 22 degrees Celsius. He steps into a bathroom lined with heated white onyx floors. A Japanese smart mirror flickers alive, greeting him by name. It tracks his sleep, hydration, stress levels, and suggests his tailored morning regimen. He brushes his teeth with a custom electric brush plated in rose gold, one of only 50 ever made. Cost: $1,200. His shower? Rainfall water infused with Himalayan minerals. Each drop filtered by a system worth more than most cars. Then comes the fragrance, a private blend created by a Parisian perfumer for his skin's chemistry alone. A bottle costs $25,000. Only two exist, one here, one waiting in his villa on Lake Como. In his walk-in wardrobe, robotic rails glide silently. Watches rotate inside humidity-controlled glass pods. He doesn't choose his outfit. The system does. It analyzes his calendar, weather, and mood. Today, the look is timeless. A white cashmere shirt by Loro Piana, Taylor navy trousers, minimalist sneakers by Berluti. By 7 a.m., he's already spent $75,000 and hasn't even left home. Chapter 2. The Commute of Kings, $120,000. He steps into the elevator, descending 60 floors in silence. At ground level, his driver awaits. Not in a car, but in a whisper-quiet Lucid Hyperion 1, a custom electric limousine designed exclusively for 3 owners. The door closes with a hush. Inside, the cabin is lined with white leather and eucalyptus wood from sustainable forests he personally invested in. Destination: private air terminal. Because for him, traffic isn't an inconvenience. It's a concept that doesn't exist. The car glides through the morning air. Outside, ordinary commuters chase time. Inside, time obeys him. As he arrives, the staff already knows his preferences. Double espresso, oat milk, served at 65 degrees Celsius. Security? Check. None. Everything has been pre-cleared hours ago. His jet awaits. A Gulfstream G800, customized with carbon-neutral upgrades. The flight plan? San Francisco to Paris. Breakfast in the sky. Lunch in the city of light. Fuel alone, $40,000. Crew and catering, $15,000. Carbon offset donation, $10,000. In-flight vintage Dom Perignon, $6,000. Operational costs, $49,000. By the time the wheels lift off the runway, he's another $120,000 lighter. But he isn't thinking about the number. He's thinking about silence. The quiet that only private flight can buy. He gazes out the window, 45,000 feet above ambition. For him, luxury isn't loud. It's the absence of noise. Chapter 3. Breakfast in the Clouds, $35,000. As the Pacific disappears beneath the clouds, breakfast is served. A minimalist tray, perfectly arranged. White truffle omelet, aged caviar, and a silver pot of rare Kopi Luwak coffee, roasted to the specifications of the art. Total cost? $2,000. But But that's not what matters. The value lies in precision. Every bite, every flavor, measured and perfected. He scrolls through his digital portfolio, a living mosaic of wealth. Real estate across continents, tech ventures, renewable startups. He earns more in the next 10 minutes than most people in a decade. On his tablet, a charity alert appears, a donation request for medical tech in Nairobi. He approves it instantly. $500,000. A single gesture, $500,000, gone, yet meaningful. Because to him, wealth isn't accumulation, it's circulation. The power to move resources where they're needed, instantly, globally. That's the mindset that separates the wealthy from the rich. The rich spend for pleasure. The wealthy allocate for legacy. The jet glides through the stratosphere. He leans back, closes his eyes. Below him, the world continues its race. Above, he floats between time zones, master of both day and destiny. Chapter 4, Arrival in Paris, $300,000 before lunch. The jet touches down in Le Bourget, the private air terminal of Paris, where wealth lands quietly. A Rolls-Royce Phantom waits at the tarmac, door already open, the scent of fresh leather filling the air. Driver and bodyguard greet him silently. He checks into the Ritz Paris, Suite Vendôme, $25,000 a night. Gold leaf ceilings, silk walls, baccarat chandeliers. It's old money elegance at its peak. A stark contrast to the futuristic minimalism he left behind. His butler has already drawn a bath, filled with mineral water imported from Evian's private source. Petals from Grasse, roses floating on the surface. As he sinks into the warmth, his smartwatch pings, a meeting reminder. He dresses again, now in a hand-tailored charcoal suit, stitched by a Seville Row craftsman who travels only for him. Cost of one suit, $18,000. Shoes, $6,000. Watch, a Patek Philippe Grand Complications, price confidential. At noon, a chauffeured Maybach glides through the cobblestone streets toward Avenue Montaigne. His destination, a private viewing at Dior. The boutique has closed its doors to the public for him. Inside, the creative director himself presents the latest collection. Custom pieces designed in his palette, fitted on mannequins that match his proportions exactly. He purchases 4 ensembles. Total, $190,000. The assistant swipes his black card, the kind that doesn't have a limit or a logo. Outside, Paris glows in late morning light. Tourists take photos. He takes memories that money can buy. By lunchtime, he spent roughly $300,000 since touchdown. And the day is still young. Chapter 5. Lunch on the Seine, $45,000. A private yacht waits at Port de Billy. Length, 85 feet. Crew, 6, chef, Michelin-starred. The yacht glides under bridges that have witnessed centuries of wealth, kings, empires, revolutions. Now it hosts a single passenger dining beneath the Eiffel Tower. The table is simple, white linen, 1 crystal glass, and a minimalist porcelain plate. The menu, lobster thermidor with saffron butter, aged Bordeaux from his private vineyard. Dessert, a gold-dusted millefeuille. Total, $4,500. But the true cost is in the exclusivity. The restaurant itself doesn't exist on public record. It's part of a private network of culinary experiences accessible only to a few hundred global elite. As he eats, a call comes through, his financial strategist in Zurich. A rare painting is being auctioned. He doesn't need to see it. He trusts the instinct. One tap, $40,000 bid placed. When confirmed, he smiles slightly. Lunch complete. $45,000 spent. He doesn't feel the loss, because every purchase, every gesture is part of an ecosystem, a self-sustaining world of privilege, privacy, and perfection. Chapter 6, The Afternoon of Art and Legacy, $250,000. After lunch, his Maybach heads toward the Louvre's private annex, closed to the public for restoration. He walks through corridors where silence carries history. The curator greets him personally. They've met before. He's not here for selfies. He's here for acquisition. A 17th century sculpture, discreet, powerful, unpublicized. Price tag, $200,000. He studies it quietly, admiring not just the craftsmanship, but the endurance, 400 years later, still commanding awe. Art, for him, is not decor. It's continuity, a way to connect the permanence of beauty with the impermanence of wealth. As the purchase is confirmed, his assistant updates his private collection index. Another artifact joins his world, another bridge between old money and new innovation. Before returning to the hotel, he stops by a private lounge operated by Hermès Heritage Division, accessible only through invitation. He orders a bespoke leather travel case, hand-stitched from Bernier hide, engraved with a microscopic pattern of his initials visible only under magnification. Cost, $50,000. Delivery, 6 months. As he leaves, the Parisian air feels light, the streets alive, yet his pace remains measured. He's seen it all before, because for him, luxury isn't about the thrill of possession. It's about the peace of knowing nothing is out of reach. Chapter 7. The Evening Flight of Pleasure, $180,000. By early evening, Paris glows like liquid gold. The billionaire's Maybach pulls quietly to the edge of Le Bourget once more. But he's not leaving the city. Not yet. A second jet waits, smaller, sleeker, designed for short flights. Destination, Côte d'Azur. He boards with only one companion, silence. The aircraft lifts through a lavender sky, descending 45 minutes later into Nice. Waiting on the tarmac is a Bugatti Chiron Supersport 300+, black carbon fiber, shimmering under sunset. Custom-built, $3.9 million when purchased. But tonight, it's not about ownership. It's about motion. He drives himself, hands steady, mind calm. The engine growls low, a symphony of mechanical perfection. He doesn't race. He glides. The highway bends through the Riviera cliffs, waves glittering below like molten diamonds. 30 minutes later, he arrives at a cliffside villa overlooking the Mediterranean. It's one of his own, a minimalist masterpiece blending concrete, glass, and silence. As he steps inside, the smart system awakens. Classical piano begins softly. Candles light. The air fills with cedarwood scent. Tonight's plan, dinner, art, and the sea. On the terrace, a small private concert begins. 2 violinists flown in from Vienna. They play only for him. Each note seems to hang in the evening air, expensive as gold dust. Dinner arrives via helicopter from Monaco's Le Louis XV, a 3-star Michelin restaurant. 5 courses. Every ingredient flown in that morning. The cost of exclusivity, $20,000. The concert, $15,000 per position. Helicopter transport and setup, $25,000. Villa operations, lighting, catering staff, $20,000. By 8 p.m., the evening's symphony costs $180,000. But to him, it isn't about the number. It's about texture, sound, the art of curating moments money alone cannot explain. Chapter 8. The Night Auction, $210,000. As the concert fades, he walks toward his study, a minimalist space framed by the ocean's reflection. A sleek tablet rests on the desk. An encrypted auction is about to begin. Only 12 bidders worldwide. No names, no cameras, just encrypted signals and anonymous wealth. The item, a digital artwork, an AI-generated masterpiece based on the concept of eternal silence. It merges art and algorithm, beauty and code, the kind of piece that bridges his 2 worlds, tech and tradition. The bidding begins at $50,000. Numbers climb, $60,000, $90,000, $130,000. He watches, calm, sipping rare Yamazaki whiskey worth $5,000 a bottle. When the price nears $200,000, he bids once. $210,000. The screen flashes sold. He's now the owner of a digital relic, certified by blockchain, stored across data vaults in Switzerland. To outsiders, it's an image. To him, it's legacy, the next generation's Louvre, hidden in the cloud. He leans back. The sea is silent outside. The stars look close enough to own. Chapter 9. Midnight reflection, $60,000. The clock nears midnight. The night is calm, vast, and still. He walks barefoot to the edge of the infinity pool. The horizon dissolves into water and sky. This is his quiet hour. Every night, no matter the city, no matter the schedule, he ends the day with silence. In that moment, his world feels suspended. The noise of markets, meetings, acquisitions, all fade. He thinks not about what he has, but what remains to be done. The next project, the next innovation, the next chance to shape the world, one algorithm, one company, one idea at a time. On the table beside him, a minimalist decanter of Chateau Margaux 1990 breathes slowly, $12,000 a bottle. He pours a glass, takes one sip, and leaves the rest untouched. Because for him, it's not about consumption. It's about access. He scrolls his phone briefly. A message from a foundation he supports, a children's hospital in Kyoto. He transfers $48,000 instantly. A small act, a quiet balance. Tonight, $60,000 leaves his accounts. And for once, he feels lighter. Chapter 10, The Hidden Hours, $80,000. It's 1 a.m. Most of the world sleeps. But for the ultra-wealthy, night is a different kind of day. A realm of privacy, precision, and power. His private chef arrives silently to prepare a late supper. Simple, hand-rolled sushi caught from his own sustainable fisheries in Japan. Flight shipped hours ago. Serve on ancient kintsugi porcelain. Meal cost, $8,000. Afterwards, he calls his head of design in California. They discuss a prototype, a luxury electric roadster that redefines what silence feels like on wheels. The development round he greenlights? $72,000 in R&D funding. A small test, but a statement of trust. Even in the quietest hours, money moves. It never rests, because ideas never sleep. He steps outside once more. The night air smells of salt and cedar. The sea below is black velvet. And somewhere, across the globe, millions are waking, chasing the same sun he just left behind. Chapter 11, Dawn Again, $25,000. By 4 a.m., the horizon blushes. Another day begins, but for him, it's the end of one cycle, the beginning of another. He changes into soft loungewear, hand-woven cashmere, imported from small atelier in Florence. Cost, $3,000. He pours another coffee, not from a machine, but brewed manually with precision beans harvested from his private plantation in Colombia. Value of that one, about $200 per cup. The Villa's AI updates his portfolio weekly. Market's up 2.7%. He's earned over $6 million since midnight. He barely glances at it. He opens a drawer. Inside rests a simple leather notebook, worn, faded, untouched by technology. Each morning, before sleeping, he writes one line, a reminder, a truth, something that keeps the illusion of control grounded in humility. He writes today's line slowly. $1 million buys a day, but time buys nothing. He closes the notebook. As dawn breaks, the sound of waves returns. The house lights fade to gold. The world outside rushes in chaos again. Here, all is still. Epilogue, the cost of day. So how do the rich spend $1 million a day? Not with recklessness, not with impulse, but with orchestration. Every dollar is a brushstroke. Every purchase, a performance. Every gesture, a reflection of a mindset that sees money not as a tool, but as a language. For him, luxury isn't about gold, cars, or champagne. It's about the rarest commodity on earth, peace of mind. And as his villa dims in the morning light, one truth remains. He can buy anything except time. To some, $1 million is a fortune. To others, it's a day well lived. If you made it this far, you've just witnessed a day few will ever live, but anyone can learn from. Because wealth isn't just about what you buy, it's about what you value. Subscribe for more glimpses into the world of modern luxury, power, and the people who redefine success.